This Friday's September 26 new episode of The Rainmaker featured Rudy Baylor, Milo Callahan appearing in court for a different cause than usual. Rudy appeared as a defendant in a criminal court instead of going in for another hearing to prosecute the civil case against Donnie Ray Black. Kelly Riker's Robin Kara, violent husband Cliff Fiano Loingsai, followed her to Dot's Karen Bryson home and assaulted her in the restroom. In order to shield Kelly, Rudy accepted responsibility for Cliff's shooting death when she fled into the living room. After learning the truth about the encounter by going to the scene, bruiser Lana Parrilla hurried to Rudy's bond defense and even paid his bail. She then negotiated the case's termination, which left Kelly free of charges and Rudy free to start a new life. Since there isn't a love element for the two, unlike in the book and movie versions, the conclusion of Rudy and Kelly's relationship hits somewhat differently in this version. This decision was made at the last minute. It was a big discussion on set and on the page about what that moment was going to be like when they lay down in bed together, recalled Michael Seitzman, creator of the series. The night before we shot, I had a sense that it felt improper, that the payoff for all of this shouldn't be sexual, and it shouldn't be. That scene where she asks, "Can you hold me?" and they lay down in bed together was originally supposed to be a love scene, Seitzman added. The night before we were shooting, I killed it because I didn't feel comfortable with it. This episode didn't seem to be evoking the proper feeling. I didn't want the audience to become confused or turned on by the scene. Another explanation for the change? When Rudy said, "Of course I'll hold you," I really wanted him to mean it. I would have felt that anything more would have been wrong. The actors in the scene were all in agreement. It was also a character issue for Rudy, according to Milo Callahan. We spoke with Robin Kara, who plays Kelly in the performance. She is amazing, incredibly lovely, and vulnerable. And I believe that in our version of this, in our interpretation of this story, there is a curiosity that he feels that you see in the book and in the movie, but something prevents him from acting on it because, once more, this is a person who is extremely vulnerable in an abusive relationship, and his values prevent him from taking advantage of that. In my opinion, one of the main plot points is that Rudy Baylor refuses to exploit the weak. I like the way it kind of played out in this version because she's just been through such a horrible thing, Robin Kara added, indicating that she also felt it was the appropriate choice for her character's attitude. Her brain must be all over the place because she killed her husband. She has simply experienced a great deal of trauma. Therefore, I believe that in this version, it feels appropriate to go through with a more platonic ending with the characters. Regarding the modifications to the actual criminal case, Seitzman stated that they were made to keep viewers on their toes. In the book and movie, Kelly is jailed after Rudy killed Cliff in self-defense. The storyline is a big part of Rudy's growth arc, his maturation, and his matriculation throughout the season, but it lives outside the story's spine, which is why I really liked it, he said. I wanted to slightly derail the audience's expectations of what would transpire. They were somewhat aware of how things unfolded in those early iterations if they had read the book or seen the film. I desired a different version, one that gave Bruiser the opportunity to solve the problem and prove himself to be a very intelligent investigator and litigator. Additionally, I thought we ought to capitalize on Rudy's somewhat skewed perception of the truth as potentially pliable. This is just one more instance of Rudy being dishonest because he believes he is doing morally.